Hi, welcome back. The problem today is about the equation that bracket of x over 2 plus bracket of x over 3 equal to 17, and x is the integers. Now let's get started. We have brackets of x over 2 plus brackets of x over 3 equal to 17. At first, we have to know the properties of this side of the math. We have this is the rated numbers, integers numbers is brought to the values 8. And the properties of this is 8 minus brackets of 8 is smaller than 1 and greater or equal to 0. So that's an important property. Then we will apply these properties in this problem. And in this problem, how can we apply this kind of property? We can divide it into every part of the brackets. For example, in this equation, we have two bracket expressions in the equation, that is x over 2 and x over 3. We will use one by one. We have x over 2 minus brackets of x over 2 is smaller than 1 and greater or equal to 0. Another thing is x over 3 minus brackets of x over 3. Of course, it's also smaller than 1 and greater or equal to 0 as well. Then, from now, you have 1 and 2. Obviously, from 1 and 2, if you solve independently, you cannot define the domain of x. In this case, you will compile 1 and 2 side by side. Then you will have 0 smaller or equal to x over 2 plus x over 3 minus brackets of x over 2 plus brackets of x over 3 smaller than 2. Then now you would see this is the expression at first from the equation. Then you can replace this expression by the numbers 17. So then to rewrite it, this is 0 smaller equal to x over 2 plus x over 3 minus 17 smaller than 2. Then you will simplify the inequation here. This will be 5x over 6 minus 17 smaller than 2 greater or equal to 0. Multiply on side of inequation by 6. Then it would be 0 smaller than 5x minus 102 smaller than 12. Then you can easily to find the domain of x is x would be greater or equal to 102 over 5 and smaller than 1 114 over 5. And from the problem, it says x is a member of integers. So obviously, between 102 over 5 and 114 over 5, x only belongs to 21 or 22. From this case, if you conclude that the roots of the problem are 21 and 22, 22 is, then you would be wrong. You have to replace it back to the problem and try to make sure it's correct. And as you can see that if you try to 21 here, this will become 11, that's correct. But if you replace 22 here and here, that would be equal to 18. That's wrong. Then the only solution for this equation is x equal to 21. So the lesson from this problem is when you have the equation that contain multiple brackets of the person like this, you have to apply the property and sum up on the equation. Then you would have the repression and replace back to the numbers. Then you find the domain of x. After find the domain of x, you have to replace the value back to the problem to make sure it's correct. The reason is may have something not correct because in this phase, when you sum it up, there's the gap between 0.5 and 0.5 and 0.5, it will match the distance increasing to 1. Then this made the wrong equation. That's why I told you you have to replace the root back to the equation to validation. That's all. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.